Howdy everybody out there on YouTube, it's Strongbow. I haven't put a lot of videos online lately because, well, I just don't have that many locks, and I'm sure you all don't want to see me picking the same locks over and over, especially since they're not particularly difficult locks. But I finally have something new to video today, and that is this guy right here. I guess I should have covered my name since I don't use it on my YouTube channel, but I use it in other social media that's tied to my YouTube name, so who cares. This is from Mad Bob's. I ordered their curved, they call them pry bars, they're curved tension tools from them by mail, or email anyway, on December 15th, and I was told at the time it would take 5 weeks for delivery. And as of today, I just did the math, it has been 7 weeks and 6 days, so tomorrow would have made 8 weeks, so they were a little overly optimistic in how quickly they could deliver them. And I was getting a little bit annoyed that their website has them available, just click and order, when at the time that I ordered mine, they were out of stock. Anyway, so they just arrived today, and I'm going to open them up and give them a try. Maybe I could just tear the end off. Yeah. Ooh. I don't recall this this being included in part of the order. I wasn't expecting that. Maybe it was, and I just don't remember. Let's see what the invoice says here. Yeah, it just mentions the curved pry bars, 28 pounds plus 11 pounds shipping. Comes to 39 pounds, which was a bit more than that in US dollars when I paid for it. So not cheap. Let's see. And I paid, the PayPal entry, that was, by the time you convert that to US dollars, that was $54.60 for the exchange rate at the time. Nicely, almost seems a shame to tear open this nicely sealed plastic. But yeah, I was totally not expecting them to include it in this. This is not a belt pouch, you can't put it on your belt, but it's, and here we are. So these are my first really high-end picks or other tools that I've purchased. I got the Dangerfield Serenity, which is allegedly a exact duplicate of one of the Mad Bob's lockpick sets that they used to make, but of course you can't get those anymore. They've gotten out of that business. But they're not as nicely finished as the stuff that Mad Bob's used to make. These look very nicely finished. I don't feel like I need to take any sandpapering to them to round off any edges or anything. Of course, with pry bars, that's not nearly as important as it is with picks. And I can see, yep, still stamped with Mad Bob. That says 0.8 millimeters, 1 millimeter. Kind of hard to read. 1.2 millimeters. 1.2 millimeters. So I guess they're the same, just curved in both directions. 0.8 millimeters. 1 millimeter. Alright, so let's give them a try. And I will do, not that one, where's 118? I'll try it on this one. This is I picked this open several times, but until now I've only had one top of keyway tensioner, and that was, let me adjust the camera here. That was the one that came with the Serenity. It's just a single tensioner here. And with this particular lock, I'd have a lot of problems with stick it in there. And I know one of the pins that you have to lift to get this one open is that very first pin. And I would work on it and it would pop that out and just go flying. So let's see if these work any better. This is part of why, this is something else I've been meaning to video. Is this guy right here. This is just some hair ties. I used to have long hair, so I still got a lot of those sitting around the house. And every time I'd go be picking a lock and this thing would go flying out, either because I loosened my tension too much and dropped it, or like on this thing I'd be putting tension on there and I'd pry it out and it would go ping and go flying. I'd have to scramble around on the floor to find it. And I got tired of chasing it. Finally looked at my those hair ties, some of which I've got sitting on this desk, and said, hey, you know what? Tie it to my finger. And now, oops, came off my, see, just like that, it just went flying, except it didn't go anywhere, it's just right here in my hand. So now when I'm tensioning a lock, and I'm picking away, obviously I'm over tensioning here, but now that's as far as it goes, and I can just pick it right back up and pick up where I left off, instead of having to chase it on the floor. Okay, so standard American 1105. The date code says this was made in 2002, if those date codes are to be believed. And let's see, this is 0.8 millimeters, might be a little bit narrow. Let's go for 1.2. So I think I want the one that curves the other direction. Oh yeah, that already feels better. Now I may still have to do the hair tie trick because it feels like it's still gonna, especially on this particular lock where, like I said, I know it's I have to get up close to that first pin. I got 3 of these Americans that I bought off of eBay, and I can open all 3, although this one gives me the most struggle. And then I bought 2 more that I bought off of MrLock.com, which is local to me, so I walked into the shop and I bought them, you know, brand new at retail. I haven't been able to get those open yet. I don't know if the guy I bought these from, this is one of the ones I got on eBay. I don't know if when he reconditioned them he put easier pins in them or not. Although I have had them all apart, and you know, they're all spooled and serrated, both the key and driver pins. Matter of fact, you can see right here in my tray, these are actually the pins that were originally in this lock, number 117. And because this one, I eventually picked this open, and then I could do so repeatedly, so easily, I had gone out, and the same time I bought the new locks, I bought a repinning kit from Mr. Lock, and repinned it with brand new pins. And these look like the same pins, just, especially the driver pins, the serrations looked almost a little bit smoothed off, like they were worn out. So I repinned it with brand new, actually I replaced all of the pins, and the new ones, of course, the serrations looked a lot sharper on both the key and driver pins, but it didn't make any difference. I still pick it open just as easily now. But the 2 actual locks I bought from Mr. Lock, 2 American 1100s anyway, I haven't opened them up yet, so I don't know what the difference is. Now, obviously we got almost a 20-year difference in production, but I don't think the pins have changed much. Yeah, see, I'm still dropping the tensioner. far as I know, the only difference between this one and the two that I can actually open fairly easily is just the bitting. And I haven't, just to prove that I know what I'm talking about, or that, you know, I can do it. This is the one that I rekeyed or repinned. Matter of fact, you can see I had it open. Well, obviously I had it open, you just saw me close it, but open not with the key. And as I usually forget to turn the cylinder back before closing it, it likes to pop that cylinder into the weird position. This particular one, what are these different depths? Ah, yeah, that makes a difference. Oh, that's why they're curved in two different directions. Okay. So this one is the shallow depth here, but curves this way. And if I flip it around for the deeper depth, of course it curves the other way. Which is making it awkward to even get it in there. So that's why there's 6 that look identical but reversed, I'm guessing. So this is the, yep, that's the 1.2 that curves the other way. There we go. So now I've got the deeper one with the curve in the right direction. And this one, yeah, just a lot crisper on the pins. One thing I also did to all 5 of my 1100s was, at the same time I bought the repinning kit and the 2 new 1100s, I picked up some anti-bypass wafers, which I knew that the 3 I already had did not have any anti-bypass. I understood that newer American locks all have that. But when I actually took them apart, discovered nope, they didn't have anti-bypass either, which was a little bit of a surprise. Okay, normally I get this thing open quicker than this. But I do like the feel of the curved tensioner. Although this one doesn't give me quite as much room in the keyway as the one I've been using. At least the 1.2 millimeter doesn't. I think that's the one I was missing on the last attempt. What am I still missing? Just felt a bunch drop back into place when I didn't reset my tension. You know, it would be nice to actually do this on camera without taking forever. I can do it quickly when I'm not on camera. It's probably just the difference in the way I hold my hands and you know, I have a pick and gut video of this very lock that I shot a while back, and I still haven't edited it together to put online. As a matter of fact, it was when I repinned it that I went ahead and filmed that. Well, let's try it on something that I've opened recently, although I've actually opened all of these within the last 12 hours. This is a Brinks that I picked up at Wally World. The deep depth on that one. gotta say this Brinks was better than Master, but that's not saying much. I'm just looking like a fool today. I can't pick anything open. Hey, Skull Picker, did you send your bad juju my way or something? I know you were having a streak of bad luck not being able to open anything for a couple of days last week. Of course, I'm only having trouble doing it on camera. Another one I picked up at the same time that I got the other stuff at Mr. Lock. I've already got another Abus 5540 that I picked on camera. Where is that? Oh, this one. And this one was disappointingly easy when I got it for Christmas. And these are supposed to be, you know, fairly not really difficult for advanced pickers, but this is an orange belt lock on the lockpicking subreddit. So I got another one just to see if that one was a fluke and how easy it was. And unfortunately, of course I normally do this bottom of keyway. That's what's throwing me on some of these locks. I normally do these bottom of keyway. Just so that I get one open on this video, because it's kind of dumb to put up a Locksport video if you don't open something. Unfortunately, no, it wasn't a fluke. That's two of them that opened pretty easy. I guess I don't normally use this combination of pick and tensioner with this lock because I'm getting more, feels like the tensioner is grabbing my pick more. Well, anyway, you get the idea. This one was pretty easy, and then it turned out this one was even easier. I was a little surprised when I got it home to discover, wait a minute, this one, which was in a box, my wife ordered off Amazon, I believe. This one I bought at retail at MrLock.com in their brick and mortar store, and it was in a bubble pack instead of a box. And then I got home and realized different shackle. They're both just say 5540. That's all they say on them, but oops. But the body's the same, the core is the same, and they're both just as easy to pick. I just didn't get that other one open on camera. Anyway, so yep, these are really enjoying these Mad Bobs so far. They do feel a lot better in hand, and I'll let you know how they do once I picked a few more locks with them. Have a good afternoon.